the Shen and Shan Show, where Shenice, my mom,
and Shan the Pan
interview with LGBTQ plus professionals and entrepreneurs.
So let's get giddy and start the show.
Alrighty, guys, welcome to the Shen and Shan Show. I'm Shan.
And I'm Shenice. We have an amazing guest. Really excited to have Miss Anita Legacy Blue on the show. Welcome.
How y'all doing this evening?
We're good.
So how do we know Anita?
Well, I think the universe placed her into our life.
I agree. Divine connection.
Yeah.
Yes.
Facebook Messenger. She reached out through Facebook and invited us to an event and showed up, and that's history.
It was an amazing event. It was a great real estate networking event, and it was actually right before the
COVID.
pandemic.
Yep, right before COVID. Yep,
Right before, like by the skin of our teeth.
Yep.
We just sit in there, met Anita, and I mean, it's history since then.
Yeah.
So
a little over a year of knowing each other now.
Yep. Well, last March. Yep.
Yeah.
Time flies. You know more. Yeah. It's been good. Hey, you guys, on IG, I'm just going live. I'm on the Shen and Shan Show. It's a podcast, and we just having a conversation. So if you guys want to listen in, definitely waving it to you guys, just putting out some information. So thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Trying to do a little bit more interactivity on Legacy Blue 66. All right, let's go, y'all.
Yes. So, Anita, please introduce yourself to our audience. To give us your short version life story. Take us from birth to now. What's going on with you?
You know, a short version life story. Okay. Wow. So my name is Anita Legacy Blue. I'm originally from Louisiana, a small town called Alexandria. Raised there, went through, all of my years, graduated high school. I was very athletic. So I did 3 sports in high school. I'm the eldest of a single mom, 4 kids. She worked 2 jobs to take care of us. So she instilled in me, hard work, always just being really clean and neat. So as you guys see, I always try to put on something that's just in me. They talk about me all the time, my family. We just going to the store. Well, I never know who I might meet. So I'm going to, put myself together and be as fly as I can. I call myself seasoned. Life has been good to me. From high school, I just went to a junior college on a basketball scholarship. That didn't quite work out. So next I went to Southern University in New Orleans. Okay. Had an aunt live there, went there a year, and then I joined the National Guard because I wanted a car. I didn't know how, my mom couldn't afford one. I said, hey, I want a car. A lot of people join the military. I want adventure, or I'm doing it for, I want to serve. Y'all forgive me. I wanted a car. And by the grace of God, I went through that experience and I got my first car. So that's kind of how life started. I was in the military for 35 years by the grace of God, just retired here in February. But I had a lot of adventures throughout my life, and been in Alaska, lived there, kind of traveled a little bit with the military, went to England, Iceland, Greenland, once, up twice, and all over the United States, did a lot of traveling. So I ended my career on what's called a counter drug program. We just kind of help, government agencies with, counter drug things. They still might can shoot me if I talk about it. So, but life is good now. I am married. Me and my wife. We have a big family. Kids together. Mixed family. A lot of grandkids. So I'm extremely happy with life. I was able to retire and release and launch my book on the same day, or the same weekend. Breakthrough Success with Anita Blue. And so, life has been really good. Right now, I am with Shan and Shenice as a part of the LGBTQ plus Real Estate Alliance. They are on my board with me. So I'm excited to have met them, and we've grown to be real good friends. And so to have this opportunity to be with you guys and have, you guys interview me a little bit on your podcast, it's definitely one of the highlights for me. So I appreciate you guys doing that. I also have a actual, credit agency where, I help people with less than perfect credit get on the road to recovery. We call it credit restoration, because I'm trying to not repair your credit. Repair is just fix it. So to me, repairing something, you don't have the educational piece to maintain. So I call it restoration because I want you to be smart about it. I'm going to walk you through some things to help you maintain the score as you raise it. So I'm always looking for clients and also looking for agents. If anybody's interested in that, I can mentor, train, and develop you to earn extra income, learn about credit, and help teach your family and friends and anybody you want to talk to about it. So that's kind of what I'm doing now, y'all, in a nutshell. I'm a nut, so I bust out the shell, and here we go.
I love it.
What branch of the military that you serve in?
I was in the Air Force, Air National Guard. Mm-hmm. Yep, I loved it. When I took the test, I prayed so hard that I made the score. I was an average student, I'm gonna be honest, but I prayed to God. I love the Army. Hey, you guys do an awesome job, but I just didn't want to be a soldier. I wanted to be an airman. So God blessed me to do that. Actually, I never knew my father, but he was in the Air Force, right? I never knew him to this day. And so to have served that and, kind of continue what he started, it's pretty special to me. So
like it's flowing through your blood.
Yeah, in the veins. Got blue in my veins. Blue.
Yes.
My last name Blue. Come on, Air Force Blue.
I mean, from even the very first time meeting you, I mean, we could tell that, you're about the business. And what really stands out, even from this really short introduction, is you have successfully built multiple businesses and multiple streams of income. How important is that to you and your family?
Oh, super important. Just a lot of principles that about finance and financial literacy just wasn't something that was kind of in my family or my household, or I just wasn't focused on or hammered in. Hey, you need to, do these certain steps just to maintain or know smart credit, be smart about finances, right? And so I just always had the entrepreneurial spirit. I've tried several things. Y'all remember Carlton Sheets?
Yes, on the late night show.
Yeah, infomercial. I bought
real late at night.
Yeah, so I bought that to try and get in real estate way back 20 years ago, right? So I've always had the spirit and wanted to try things and did different things. And so, to come in and have the multiple streams of income, it just gives you, like any person that is successful, they diversify. They're not waiting on one stream or one check, right? They have multiple things that they have coming in, which is somebody corrected me. I like to give a shout out. Thank you for so much, Brianna Trene, because you told me it's not streams, it's actually sources. So it's sources of income to maintain your lifestyle. So that's what I tried to create. Right now I'm a retiree, so that's one stream, pretty solid right there with the government and my service. And now I do my credit business. I am life insurance licensed if I just needed to help somebody. I do have that license, and also I'm a realtor. So just for me, I just know if things are coming from every different ways, I always have an avenue to make money, right? Definitely. So it's no excuse to really be broke.
So you feel really secure right now? Yeah,
pretty solid. With my wife, she works, and what I bring in, it's not like we have to super struggle. Like, what am I going to do?
Right.
When I was getting ready for retirement, I said I did not want to put in an application at one job, and by the grace of God, I haven't had to do that. So I'm excited, and kind of liking that a little bit. Just kind of
definitely. So many people in our society can't say that they can retire. They cannot retire right now. Like they are on track to work for the rest of their life or struggle.
Right. And she's actually doing it before what we think retirement
age 65, right? So you're way before that, and you're okay. Like you're comfortable. You are not stressing. You have not had to go get a job or, some people like working at Walmart in retirement. I hear the pay is decent, but you haven't had to do that, right?
No,
and you probably wouldn't want to.
No, and it's not about that. I just don't want to punch a clock. I don't want anybody to have control of my time.
And that's another thing. That's ultimate freedom and flexibility is so, I think that sometimes we put the emphasis on money when sometimes
it's not all the time
to be on, am I in control?
Right.
Are we flexible enough? Are we as flexible as we want to be? Are we in tune with our life and what we want to do with it? Right. And so you are living that right now.
By the grace of God.
35 years of service. So I want to dig into that a little bit. So I want to just let you know my impression of the military. And just dig in, because honestly, I've never had this conversation with anyone, but my impression, so I remember back in high school and, people from the military will come talk to the classroom stuff. And they really sold it at one point. I really
he was about to join, huh? Raise your right hand.
Free school and all these perks. They really sold it. And at one point, the thought brushed my mind as they
Brushed your mind.
their-
You see right
their,
out.
presentations. But my impression overall is that the military is dangerous and you could die. That's literally that's what I think. Like when I think of someone who says they're going into the military, that's the first thought that comes to my mind. And it's probably a complete misconception. So I would love to hear if you could debunk that myth for me, because that is literally the first thing that comes to my mind. And you know, it probably shouldn't be that way.
And unfortunately, you're not the only one. It happens to a lot of us, right? Because we just, you know, we assume, we correlate that with death for some reason. But any one of us, we've lost more Black males to gun violence than we have going into war. Does that make sense? Oh, you know, over just walking across the street or somebody coming by, you know, doing, you know, some type of shooting. So I think because of your fear, right? Now you have a son or a daughter who wants to go in. What are you going to do tell them?
Yeah, they're going to have the same.
And that's going to stop. So that's what stops a lot of people, because the military has saved my life. It's been great to me. For me to go 35 years straight, continuous, no break, you know, in service in every, you know, whichever capacity that I was allowed to do, you know, it gave me the life I have today. So I would tell anyone who's looking or thinking about going in the military to go serve. You don't have to go and retire and do 35 years, but you can go and get your college degree paid for. You can go and serve your country and be safe. Now, a lot of jobs some jobs just have that extra, you know, safety feature that's not there all the time, right? They do something a little more dangerous. But, you know, most jobs like you, Shenice, you probably would have went in and did something with paperwork, right? Did a personnel job. And so it's in the job that you get, is based on the testing results that you get, right? So you're going to take that ASVAB. And so it's not, everybody's not going to go over there and be in danger like that. Does it make sense? So it's
that makes perfect sense. And I had no clue that it was like working a regular job.
Yes.
You know, and I know that there it seems like there's some extra training and other things that you do have to go through. But I mean, I feel like it's kind of like financial literacy, right? Yeah. We it's just, for most of society, we know almost nothing.
Right.
Same thing for the military.
When we can go Google it, right?
For you to be number one, a Black, number two, LGBTQ, number three, female, who was in the military and saying, "Oh my gosh, the military was amazing for my life." That is so surprising to me. And I'm not saying that, you know, a lot of people don't say that. Probably tons of people have said it, but maybe people who didn't stand out to me like you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of the people probably we see that are in the military, most of them are probably white males, right? So I'm probably not paying attention. Okay, great. The government did right by you. Great.
It's a lot of us, right? I was actually with a young lady, and you know, I'm not going to talk about any names, with last evening with two other veterans. We've all three retired. We're all three receiving, you know, our benefits and everything, and we're all doing business, right? And so that's kind of like the new wave. Don't put, you know, you can go, a lot of people go to a higher level, they get offered the job. So it's already kind of like, hey, come over here, we need somebody, because they know the skill set, they know what a military person brings, you know, as far as their timeliness, as far as their organization skills, as far as their mindset, right? We just have a different mindset because we've been groomed that way, right? We've been built that way. And so it's hard to kind of change and get out of the box that we were in, because we're in a bubble to a degree, right? It's certain rules and things we cannot do. You know, we can't talk about certain things on social media. You can't just really have rules and things that you have to do. But if you can get in that system, we kind of talked about it last night, and figure it out and be able to maneuver within it, you won't have an issue. And I think when people have issues, it's something more personal with them, right? Because I didn't want to leave home. That's why I joined the Guard. I didn't go active duty initially. I was like, I'll do this thing, but I'm not trying to leave my family, my mom. I go 1 week in a month, 2 weeks after summer, I got to be home. And a lot of people have that thought too. They don't want to leave home. Some people running from home. So it's a combination.
Except you pay for that. So
right. And so I was able to get my degree debt free, as well as my daughter. I went to school. She doesn't have any student loans. So all the benefits outweigh what people's mindset might be. And they really need to talk to someone, you know, just to kind of get the truth about what it really is about. And so, you know, I had some issues, you know, during time, but it was, everything worked out. I was able to maintain. I never got one write-up. After 35 years, I never had a counseling that somebody wrote me up. I never had any trouble. as far as just disciplinary actions, none of that stuff. I just got in the system, figured out how I need to move within it, and I was able to do that.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
And now your book is called Breakthrough Success. Do you fuel? Yes, Breakthrough Success.
Yeah,
Do
this
you
this
think
my
that-
this my baby.
Yeah, your book. Do you think that the military has fueled that breakthrough success that you've had? So
Absolutely.
do you think that the military is a part of that has poured into the other businesses and parts of your life?
Right, with the structure, the organization, the mindset, the ability to understand, you want to do something. There's a certain way you need to move and make it happen. Just understanding that I can do it. I used to be an introvert. I tell people that I didn't like to talk. I used to be very shy. I went through a Toastmasters younger, as a young pup. I call myself a younger, woman. And but I would almost be ill to speak in front of people, right? But get in the military, we have no choice. You're going to brief somebody, you're over people. You got to, you could be 26, 27, and you have 2 or 3 people that, that are your soldiers or your airmen that you're leading. Right. So you have to step up and be able to do certain types of things, and talking and briefing and, feedbacks, all the stuff that we did and have to do. It grows you. Because so as I went through and I got more responsibility as a leader, I stepped my game up. And that's a part of what I talk about in the book, going through the military, some of my early childhood life, and just some principles that I believe in as far as leadership. And so that's kind of how I talk about it. Every time I got to another level, I grew and had to step up to that level. Right. And so that was how I was able to move, like I said, inside the system, because I figured out, they're giving me more to do. I got to be ready. I got to be prepared. I got to step my game up and level up as well. So, yeah, definitely. The book is basically about military, just my relationship with it and my being in it, and, how it groomed me and prepared me for where I am today. Definitely.
So for me, when I was teaching, I used to always have my students come ask me about joining the military. I just used to tell them, invest in it. If
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going to go, make sure you invest. Make sure
Absolutely.
you're learning the skills you need to learn that's going to be able to propel you when you get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I told them the best training you're going to get is probably through the military. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to go, don't just go there just to, like, even though you went for your car, I know a lot of people, I've heard that story numerous of times. Like, I just wanted a car. I just needed money to do something.
Mm-hmm.
But don't just do it for that. Like, invest in it. Learn those skills, because that's going to put you ahead of a great percentage of the people in the world.
Right.
If you learn how to invest in the military and then they pay for schooling. I mean,
You're
can't beat
ahead.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're ahead.
1% join, 1% join and stay. And, even though I joined with just like a mindset of I just need this one thing, it gave me so much more. Right. And so even though
you joined for a car, now you got a retirement.
Right.
How many people can say that?
Right. And so that's what you got to look at. And it grows you. If you allow it to grow you, you can come out on the other side in a much better shape. Right. So that's what I allowed it to grow me. Right. Where else am I going to go? What else am I going to do? I made a commitment for 6 years. I didn't have no choice for 6 years.
Yeah.
So once 6 years got there, it's time to let's sign for 6 more. Yeah. And once I hit 10, I was like, God, that was fast. Like, we keep on going, and then life happened.
I guess
so
when I think about it now, my wheels are turning. I'm like, it's a whole, like, when I hear military, I think training and regime, and that's what I think. But now that you're talking and you're saying 35 years, I mean, it's probably 35 years of doing so many different things and so many different roles. It's just like, except better. It's just like me going from company to company, promotion after promotion, different.
Yeah.
We all do this. Just I didn't get my school paid for, and I don't have a retirement coming from nobody.
Right. Absolutely. It's a mindset. And then, just from that, what you told me, that little scared moment that you're having when you think of it as something bad, right? So, it just spreads, and that's how a lot of people think of it. Right. And so I advocate for anybody who's thinking about doing something different, anybody who wants to go and have a little adventure, and you're able to follow some rules, right? And be inside of a system that you can learn so much more. It's going to be so much valuable for you to be in the system than outside of the system to a degree. and they'll pay for your degree. I tell anybody to join the military, at least 4 to 6 years. It doesn't have to be for a lifetime, but you're going to get so much value in doing that. And then you get the free meals on Veterans Day. What's up with that? I mean, come on. How you going to pass up the free meals? Come on, y'all. How y'all going to pass up the free meals on Veterans Day?
And the 100% loans for the mortgage.
Discount.
Yeah. Homestead exemption. I got a couple of little specialties that I get. Just get the DV place because, I served a long time. So my body went through some things. So they blessed me to, get my claim done. And so, with that claim comes other benefits. So, it's just what it is. God is good. I give him all the praise. So the military is, I tell anybody that's the
military.
They're my
broke my
peoples.
heart, though.
Huh?
It broke my heart. The military.
They did? You was trying to get in?
They're recruiting me hard, but my diabetes, they was like, nope.
And you see,
yeah,
everybody can't, right? So certain people can. If you're colorblind, flat foot, all those things will stop you. And so people who want to go, like you said, hey, I wanted to do it, but I couldn't. So just to be able to, do it for so long, I am. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I guess alongside the military, where did this business you started, this empire you started, when did that come into play?
It's been a while because, I got into the life insurance probably in 2008 with starting, looking at entrepreneurship and trying to get to the next level with that. It's just all about timing with different things. I just always just want to help people. A lot of it is just I'm a servant. I love people and I want to help them. And when I find out, some of the things as far as life insurance, we need that. Stuff we need is what I'm doing. It's a service that we need. Now, whether we decide we want to go forward with it and use it and get it, that's the whole story behind it. You need your credit fixed.
Yeah.
But we out here buying all other kind of stuff and getting a high interest rate. It's a decision. That's all it is. It's a mindset. If I want to do better, I pay for to do better, right? So sometimes you have to do that. Everybody's not going to give away the gems, all the time. You really want to get in a better space. I had to do it too. My credit score was 550. Yeah. I ain't ashamed to tell nobody. Mm-hmm. I have an over 700 credit score now as an elderly lady. As a seasoned woman, first time in my life though. I've never had over 700 credit score in my life because I didn't have the knowledge. Or I didn't pay attention to what I need to pay attention to. I just kept moving. And, getting things, I didn't stop getting things, but I'm sure the interest rate that I was paying, 19%, 24% interest rates. And so once I heard about this and this opportunity in a way that I could educate myself, right? And then be able to educate others. That's why I love what I'm doing with the credit in real estate, people, less than perfect credit. Hey, I want to help you. You really want to buy a house, but you got to go through these processes and you're going to learn so much more. And then you're changing for the next generation. My grandbaby shouldn't have a credit issue. Right. If she listens to me and do all of our kids, they shouldn't if they listen, but it's a mindset and listening.
It is. I mean, we're breaking cycles, aren't we? Out there in our world, there are certain people who have certain paths that have been set in front of them that basically they don't have to fight for. Their next generations don't have to fight for because they did the work. They know how the system works. They know how to do it, right? Mm-hmm. But us as, I think, an LGBTQ community, as a Black community, whether you're in one of those or both of those or people of color, just in general, a lot of us just have not had that path laid out for us. And we've had a path of obstacles. And when you live a life in service like you have, Anita, you're figuring it out to try to lay down that groundwork so there are no more missteps, right? Yeah. So you can break the cycle and truly move forward and say, I figured it out. Right. I know exactly what them over there are doing. Mm-hmm. And we could do it too. Yeah, absolutely. It's actually pretty simple. Yeah, it's just not easy, right? It takes work. It's pretty simple, but
you got to put in the work.
Are we going to put in the work?
Yeah. Right. For that particular thing, which could change and set us up for the next generations. And
for
that's
credit, for life insurance, for our financial well-being, for home ownership. There's so many different things. It's a cycle. It's a ripple effect throughout our entire lives. Mm-hmm. And that's why we see those patterns playing out in our entire life. Why can't we get out of this vicious cycle? Because the cycle is playing in every single part of our life.
Right. I call it the hamster wheel. I call it the hamster wheel. You just on this hamster wheel.
Just like you said,
going in
your
the
credit
circle.
is bad. Your score is low. What does that mean? You want to go out and get a car. The interest rate is high. Your payment is high. You have less money. Then you're spending. It's just a vicious cycle.
Right.
All it just keeps going. You start spending money on credit because your car payment too high, and then you can't afford something. It's just ridiculous. So we have to be ready to put in the work because it's actually pretty simple. There are professionals like Anita right here saying, hey, I will help you restore your credit and educate you so you don't repeat the same mistakes.
Absolutely.
It's just, it's our individual choices to say, look, all right, I'm in, Anita.
Right, let's go. Yeah, help me. And I have a lot of people who are doing that. So, you know, I have some people I'm working with several people looking to help more people. I want it to be a movement, right? It's a movement in a lot of other states, and I'm trying to get Houston on the map to do it. It's not hard. You know, I'll give you guys actually right quick the 5 factors that you need to have, maintain your credit score, right? And so it's going to total up to 100%. How do I calculate my credit score? Five factors. First factor in the highest percentage is 35%, which is your payment history. You got to pay your stuff on time, right? That is the highest percent. You late with all your payments, you're not going to have a good credit score. But a lot of people move inside of it like, why is my score so low? They don't even know why is it low. Second highest percentage is utilization. That's 30%, right? So 30% of any credit limit that you have, say example for $1,000, you need to only use 30% of that. So that's only $300, right?
Yep.
So in a creditor's eyes, you have to put yourself in the place of a creditor. Y'all the creditor, and I come to you guys and I got late payments. All the credit cards I have is sky high.
I can't trust you.
I'm just gonna charge you out of the wazoo.
Or the interest rate, yeah.
So it's just that mindset to know, hey, you know, I gotta have my stuff in order because I'm asking somebody else for something to help me. And so I gotta operate within that. So 35% is your payment history, 30% is the utilization of the credit that you have. So $1,000 is what you have. You only have $300 to move within that, right? The next is 15%. So that's the length of time that you hold your credit cards, right? So if you have a card you have for 10 years and you go and close that card, what'd you just do?
Just drop your score.
Closed out 15% of your score.
Right.
It's going to affect the score. So we never should close a credit card. Sometimes we go through things and the company will close it, but you never want to say, close this card. Right. I don't care. You can pay it off and don't use it. But when you do that, you close off the history. 10% is going to be actually what's called your mix of credit, installment and revolving, right? Installment being your mortgages, your car notes, revolving is all the credit cards. So it's 10% of the score is that. The last factor is going to be actually inquiries. Somebody say inquiries. Potato. And so that affects your score. So you go and have somebody run your score 15 times for a car. You done shot yourself. That's nothing. That's bad juju, I call it, because you only want to have 1 or 2 per year. That's it. So you shouldn't be applying for credit. People go and play. Well, maybe it's that store. They didn't want me, but I'm gonna go apply over here.
Yeah.
The score is the same wherever you go, right? It's 3 credit bureaus. They're all independent. None of them are government agencies, and their whole entire job, or why they exist as agencies or bureaus, is to put negative items on our credit. That's the whole thing. Right. So those little pieces, if you can learn that and study and discipline yourself enough to work within it, then you'll have a highest credit score, really, and have somebody help you with it, get the negative items off. That's definitely another part. Mm-hmm.
I mean, knowledge is power. Yeah. If you know what to do and
apply it,
how to work it, it'll be flawless. It's not. It's so simple. It's so simple. You know, you explain 5 things, just 5. You didn't rattle off a list of 35 items that you need to look out for and be dipping and dodging. It's 5, literally 5. That's it. Yeah. Right. And it's so simple. You just have to have that discipline and the work ethic to like, okay, I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna work on this because the long-term benefits.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah. But I definitely think it's a movement happening. Technology has changed a lot of things because a lot of these things were only taught by the rich, people that don't look like us. Right. And so with technology now, it's no excuse. Right. It's no excuse. You can go and get free books from your public library. You can jump on YouTube. It's no excuse. It's just
There
about,
isn't an excuse.
Right.
However, people tend not to do things when they're free. They tend to do it when they pay for it. So pay for whatever it is that you need and get it done. Because at the end of the day, like you're going to want to buy a house today, or you want to do it 10 years from now. I mean, I would much rather get that done as soon as possible.
Exactly.
Instead of waiting 10 years and being 10 years behind of momentum of your potential growing wealth, like going forward with your life.
You know, I'm a former educator, so I know there's different type of people. And some people, when they see that free opportunity, they're going to take it. Now, there's other people that if they have something free in front of their face, they'll sleep on it.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are not that type of person, there's the opportunity to get all of this information for free.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's a wealth of information out there.
Absolutely.
I mean, and Anita just spit off some free information right there. You could take that and just take those little tips of, okay, you know, keep your payment history perfect. Like, don't miss payments. That will attach itself to your credit report and haunt you for years to come. You know, your credit utilization. Stop using 50% of your limits, 100% of your limits. That doesn't make, they don't give you credit so you can use all of it. They want to see that you can handle credit responsibly. That's how you get a higher.
But it is. It's a test. It's a test. It is. You fail it. And a lot of it's just the lack of education.
Yeah.
We had English 101. We had English 2, English 1, English 2. We had to take a foreign language. We had to take math 1 and 2. Where was credit 101? Where was credit 1 and 2? That would have changed a whole bunch of people's lives.
Yes.
Right there. If they just would have put it in the system, but they put a bunch of history books that weren't true, you know, and sold us a whole bunch of stuff. So now we got to figure it out for ourselves and make it work and happen and spread it. Be educated about these things that affect you. Credit affects every part of your life. I almost got put out the military because of credit.
Wow.
It's my financial, they look at it as a lack of financial responsibility. You're not keeping up with your stuff. We pay you on the 1st and the 15th. What's the problem? Why you got these issues? Why you score like this? And so it's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a good lesson as well, too.
It's a big deal.
Get yourself together before you get kicked out.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes even jobs, like you're saying, the military was your job. Jobs sometimes will not hire someone if their credit is bad. It can be as deep as that. So can you imagine you're already in a rough spot in life and you didn't manage your credit well, and you're out there trying to get this job. You nailed the interview. You're doing so great. You're going to get pushed through background, and they're going to do a little quick credit check to see.
Exactly.
And boom.
That could be the difference. And that's that. You say your heart was broken about the military. That probably would break somebody too. And so that's why you guys don't wait. If you need help, you know, get somebody to help you. It don't have to be me, but you need to start setting yourself up and setting your babies up, right? Because it's just not fair anymore. You can't say, well, nobody taught me. Now there's information everywhere. People are out here to help you. Be careful who you help. Everybody ain't right. I'm just going to tell you that. But you can trust Legacy Blue. 35 years, I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
I'm going to love on you. Because you know, you're working with me. You know, you're going to tell other people. I don't want my rep to be out here all messed up, telling me she didn't help me and she took my money and all that. No, so I have an obligation to help people, right? Yeah. And I'm all about people. And so, you know, that's the part that's really important to me for my legacy. I want them to see she helped me. She changed my life. She did something that nobody else was doing out here. And so that's how I kind of think about it.
You have to trust the process. You have to trust the process. It's not going to be easy. It's just like getting on a bicycle for the first time, falling off.
Yes.
Maybe scratching yourself a few times, but if you stick to it, I promise you. And I used to be that person that I guess I was kind of spoiled. I want that instant gratification, but I had to learn that I had to go through a little bit of pain sometimes, or whether that pain is like hurtful or whatever the case may be, you're going to go through something that's uncomfortable before you get to the fact that you're comfortable. And so that's where I just want people to just, you know, trust the process and don't give up and don't give in.
A lot of us don't trust the process. And I think
quit too soon.
Quit too soon. And when you're in the thick of it, you think the discomfort, you think the trials, you think it's a bad thing. But if you're not inside of trials, if you're not being tested, if you're not being challenged, I think that's the bad thing. When you're too
scared of that. Yeah, you should be scared of that.
we should embrace, easier said than done, right? Because I don't know how to embrace it, but we should.
You know, it's just you have to take that pain because you're gonna share that with somebody else. Our story helps somebody else always. We're not the only one going through these things. We're not the only one struggling. We're not the only one. A part of my story, in my credit journey, you know, I was going through a lot. I had a foreclosure, I had a repossessed car. I done had a lot of stuff happen to me.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I make it look good, you know, but I done been through some things, you know, for 50 plus years. So, but I can help somebody because I've been through it if they willing to listen, trust the process, because it's not going to happen overnight. You can't say I got a 490 credit score and next week you want it to be 650.
Right.
It's not, you got to put in the work and learn. But as you go through the process, you're learning, you're growing, you're expanding your mind and thinking different because it is a mindset. And y'all got to know, you got to change your mind so you can change your life. Change your mind, you'll change your life.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
And it's funny you say, you know, you got to put in that work, right? You can't go from the 400s to the 600s overnight. In actuality, most people who have scores in the 400s, 500s, you've actually put in the work to get it that low. You think about I'm serious. You think about how many payments you missed, how many times you were late, how many inquiries you went shopping around, high interest, all this stuff. You worked real hard.
Are you wondering about the new J's instead of paying that bill?
Yes. Yes.
I've been guilty of that. So
but it's two sides to it too. That could possibly happen, that you just didn't care and you just out here willy-nilly. I'll worry about that later.
Or life happens. I mean, sometimes it's circumstance, right?
You get a divorce, somebody passed away, you know, you lost somebody, you know, depending on somebody. But this is the thing you got to know. A lot of people too, like myself, I thought I didn't need credit. I don't want no checks. I don't want nothing. I'm just going to use cash. Cash will get you only so far. To get a house, you can pay cash, but I don't see a lot of people around here with $250,000 to buy a house just to lay down cash.
And right? I think that's incredibly risky too. I think that it's important not to use all your cash. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right. You need to keep that little cash right where it's
have a little leverage.
Emergency.
Yes. Absolutely.
And so the other part of it too is for the score, people just don't have no credit. Yeah. Having no credit, nothing you're reporting to is almost worse than having bad credit. And so a lot of times when I talk to people, well, you got any credit cards? No. So you got to build credit now. You got to build it, and that takes time. That can take 3, 4, 5 months because you got to show your payments on time. You got to show the credit card you're using you're not over 30%, right? You got to get you some time in there so you can get your 15%. The 10% don't have no inquiry. So you got to just know those steps, guys. When I tell you this is gospel, these five factors. That's gospel. I'm trying to tell you in the credit game because you got to know everyone leads to the next. Does that make sense? If I pay on time with the credit that I have, I keep it below 30%. That's number 2, right? I want to keep it for a while. That's the length of credit. I don't want those inquiries. That's my 10. And if it's a credit card, I'm already doing the revolving. I just might need a car note to do the other part of that, which is installment. Boom, 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 boom.
Right.
It's not super hard, but you got to know how to operate in it. You got to know how to get the negative stuff off and build the credit. Those are the parts that you need somebody to help you with. Right? And don't listen to everybody. Be careful out here. That's all I'm telling you in these streets. Be careful. Right about now, stimulus, they all up on it.
Absolutely. No, I love it. I love it, Anita. You truly live a life in service. It seems like your own personal experiences have truly fueled that breakthrough success that you're having now in educating our society. And we look at the LGBTQ community and many of us are being discriminated against. We're not getting, even with good credit, we're not getting mortgages, right? Homeownership is a struggle. And for those of us who've had pretty rough upbringings being a part of the LGBTQ community, you don't have the education on credit and financial literacy. And
none of that.
It's a struggle, right? And so it's really important for us to have, resources like you, where somebody can come and say, and know that you're going to do right by them. It doesn't matter. You're not going to discriminate. You've been in the military. You are a female. You are LGBTQ, you have a wife, you have a family, you are Black. I mean, you got all the
say it loud. Bye. Went to the James Brown on you. Say it bye. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the other thing is too, you know, we just got to be out here serving people, because you know, when you serve people, you're gonna get what you want by default. It's all about service, right? And so I think that's a big part of where I'm at, and how I'm still continuing to grow and personally develop myself as well. You know, I'm not perfect, but I know I can always grow and want to learn and be of service and help anybody I can help with the knowledge that I have and been blessed to attain for all these years of, you know, of life. So that's the biggest thing for me. You know, I'm just trying to help some people.
Absolutely.
And
Help
like I
some
told
people.
you, I definitely believe you when you say that. I've experienced it with you. I've seen you do it. And, you know, sometimes I look at myself like, man, I feel like Anita is like my role model. You know, I really look, because a lot of things you've accomplished in your life, like I'm doing those same things. And so as I look at you and see how happy you are and energetic and just
She
full
wants to
of
be
life.
you when she grows up.
Yeah. There we go.
Aw.
There
Oh,
we go.
thank you. I appreciate that.
So-
Hey, I'm here for you. Whatever you need, you know, I'm here to help you in any way that I can. And just talk about whatever, you know, how I went through some decisions sometimes. Because I always really looked at my decisions that I made is the pros and the cons. What's the worst thing that could happen? And what's the best thing that can happen? And can I live with either one?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
I always make my decisions that way. I lived in Alaska. I moved way to Alaska behind a relationship. I was young. I was like 20, 21 when I went to Alaska. So I was super young. My mom told me before I left, hey, you're making a mistake. But you know, you're grown now. So you go ahead on, be careful, and be praying for you, but I don't suggest it. So I went to Alaska. I went through a lot. There behind the relationship and everything else. I was kind of on my own at some point. Had to, you know, you had some situations I probably wouldn't have wanted to be in. Does it make sense? But God was always watching over me. That's what I know, right? He always in the foolishness, you know, babies and fools, right? And so he always watched over me. I was there for 7 years. My daughter was actually born there, and we came on back to Louisiana, and you know, it was a great experience. I went there to 19, 20 years old. My first job, I was working for the paper there called the Anchorage Times. Y'all, I'm from Louisiana. My first job there, I went in January. I was a courier. What was I doing if I'm a courier going to take stuff somewhere? I was driving in the what?
In the snow?
No. Slipping and sliding all over.
This show is supported by the Empower Team, your queer real estate professionals. Based in the Houston, Texas area, we can help you buy, sell, lease, or invest in Houston real estate. If you're not in the Houston area but want to start or add affordable rental properties to your portfolio, we'd love to help. And if you're looking for homes in your own area, we can still help you find an LGBTQ plus friendly real estate agent, a service we provide for free. Please reach out to us at homes@empowerteamtx.com. That's HOMES at EMPOWERTEAMTX.com.
God let me survive. I had a few snowbanks.
Oh
I survived.
gosh.
Yeah, that was my first job. And it was a good job, right? I ended up kind of leaving that. I went to work for 3 guys who did insurance, right? They did insurance and annuities and all that stuff. So I kind of came full circle with that when I, you know, started doing life insurance myself. But I didn't do it with them because I just didn't feel like I was smart enough. I couldn't take that test. I'm not gonna be able to pass that. So I just kind of went through life. The guy's wife worked for the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, Alyeska Pipeline Company. During that time, it was affirmative action and they had to have a Black female. She'd come full out this application. I started out in the mailroom there, guys. I'm pushing the mail around in the cart, so happy. 23, 24 years old. Hey, get your mail, hey. And I always just me. I always been me, just like this, waving to everybody. How you doing? Da, 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 da. By the time I left there 7 years later, I was actually 5 years. I was there 2 years and I got that job. I was in the actual human resources, giving out the loans. They had the loans that they could take out of their 401k. I was doing that paperwork for them to get their loan and doing that. By the time I left from the mailroom to HR in 5 years. So, you know, that's just how God just was helping me and guiding me.
Yeah.
Helping me to take care of myself and my baby at that point. And so, yeah, it's just been those little stories, man. Just none of that's in this book like that. So this is just like a taste. I think I'm gonna do a 1 or 2 more things with writing. But you know, I've had some great experiences, went through a lot and learned a lot. So Shan, definitely, man, you want to talk about anything, if you feel like comfortable to talk to me about it, I'm here for you.
Oh, yeah.
We can chop it up.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
I know.
drinks, you can drink your ginger beer, but I'm gonna have some real beer. Okay. It's all good.
No, I appreciate that invitation as well.
Yeah. Cool, man.
So let's move into
The
you
juicy.
being out. Yeah. So
Yeah.
tell me, were you out in the military?
Not like out, like somebody asked me and I said yes. No, not for a long time. When I never was out. I was still me, like Shan, just me. I had a bald fade, and you know, I was walking around there sharp, had my little hat on, my little, you know, boots and everything. I was always sharp. Now they couldn't mess with me. A lot of people that you talk to, they'll say, well, certain Blue, she was sharp, man. You know, she was sharp. So you know, I always, you know, carried myself professionally and stuff.
Were there rumors?
Oh yeah, there was rumors.
Okay.
One of my good friends, she told him, I don't know what's going on with y'all, but y'all gonna stop talking about her in front of me.
Right.
She told me that, and she said, you know, I told her I should use some choice words. Yeah, that's my friend.
Did she know?
What? Yeah, she knew.
Okay.
So I had people that knew.
Yeah.
You know, and some of them, you know, just she did know. I did tell her. So certain people I told, but when I first came out, it was pretty much in high school, and it's in my book too. Me and my first girlfriend in high school. And we went to we graduated. We didn't go to prom. We were together. We went to the little club in the town, right? The little club. And so we in there dancing, boop, 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 and a whole bunch of people don't have nothing else to do in a small town. That's straight, came in. So I grabbed her hand and we ran to hide. Right. And I said, hey, we about to blow this joint. We ain't gonna live here no more. We just graduated. We don't care about these people. Right. It doesn't matter like that anymore. And so we grabbed each other's hand and said, let's go. Whatever, it is what it is. And we just walked out there together. You know, it was still, you know, we were 18 at that time. And that's how we really first in front of people together. And my mom, she just asked me straight up, you know, we was in the church and all kinds of stuff. And she just asked me, and my mom, baby, she didn't play. I was scared of her. Okay. People ain't scared of their moms these days, but I was scared of my mother. Because she'd take, what? All messed up in the grill, right? So I was scared of her. So I just, you know, butterflies in my stomach. And I was just like, I couldn't lie. Right? I said, yeah. And she just said, okay. And we never talked about it again. She just asked me. I said, yes. She never said anything. She didn't treat me any different. But I think it was, you know, slight disappointment, but she just didn't talk about it. In those days, that's how I handled things. We didn't have a lot of conversations, me and my mom. We didn't talk about life and what you want to do and all that stuff. Right. And so, you know, that's kind of how I went with her. And then I'm coming out of high school, and then in the military, I came out with one officially that I felt I came out to somebody who was a white young man. We were still in Don't Ask, Don't Tell. We were still in the crux of all those things, but he made me feel so comfortable. He's such a cool guy. He was a young man too. He was younger than me. And, you know, I just feel like, hey, you know, kind of talking to him, and he's talking about what, you know, who he's dating. And I was like, yeah, well, you know, I got a girlfriend. And he's like, what? I said, that's cool.
Oh,
yeah, I got a girlfriend. I said, yeah, that's awesome. And I told him, I said, you're the first person I ever told that to. And he said, well, thank you. I'm so happy that you trusted me to tell me. Right. And, you know, I still could call him today. And I haven't talked to him in a while. He has a beautiful family, got married and has kids and everything, but I still probably have his number in my phone. But he was the first one, and I just felt so comfortable with him that I just told him, I said, you're the first person I ever told that to in the military. He was Army, he wasn't even Air Force, he was Army. We were working on a project together, and it just happened. And so, you know, I've had different phases that I've had to come out and tell somebody, or, you know, be people know that came out of my mouth, and I said, this is who I am. And so that's kind of like a couple of the experiences. The biggest thing for me is when they did do, you know, Equality Act, and, you know, we can get married and all of that. I've been dating my wife now a couple of years. And then, you know, we went kind of right away. We didn't hesitate. So we didn't have a big wedding. So we're planning to have a big wedding this November. You guys invited. You know, renew our vows. And so we'll let you guys know for sure. But, you know, we never got to have the big ceremony and have people come celebrate with us. And so that's one of our plans. But when they did that, we did that. We got married, and then one person asked me, well, how does that feel? I'm like, what do you mean, how does it feel? I've been in bondage for years, mentally, not being able to be who I really am, like, and say I have a wife, I have a girlfriend. How would you feel?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like people so different, and it was somebody that didn't look like us, that don't even understand bondage.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, get away from me with that. So it's, everything's good now. It's still a little hesitant in certain circles. I don't know why. That I think a part of that, having to, be that way for so long, I still have a thing where I'm like, well, sometimes we'll just say this, my spouse, or I'll say my spouse. I won't say my wife. And so I'm still growing through that, just to really be authentically who I am.
Yeah.
As far as dress and how I carry myself, it's never changed. It's just my mind and saying it out loud that sometimes I struggle with. But other than that, that's some story on that, baby.
So one part I want to touch base on, and I don't want to give too much. Don't say too much because I want people to actually go get your book and read it.
Okay,
but,
yeah.
Kind of talk about your daughter and the whole situation with that, especially being, Black, female, what we consider the aggressive female, stud female, and having a daughter and going through that. I would like to know your point of view of being a stud and being a mom.
I was always just who I am. I was very supportive mom. I was in everything. I think she struggled more because people, they talk, but I was always clean. I was always there. I was always at the games, and I went to everything because I didn't have that when I grew up.
Right.
So for me, and that's my baby. I loved her. I combed her hair. I did everything that a mom's supposed to do to take care of a child, right? And so I still do that to this day. She's still my baby. Gave me a beautiful grandbaby. I'm surprised she didn't bust in here. Like, what you doing? Who you talking to? And so, but it wasn't, I didn't feel any kind of way about it. I just know, I had a baby. When I got pregnant, it wasn't like the time I might have thought that it might have happened, but I always wanted my own child. And so when it happened, it's like, okay, God, this is what it is. So we gonna go through it. And so I really regret I don't have any pictures. They took some pictures of me, but it was back in the day, they had a camera and they didn't develop properly. So I don't really have any pictures of me being pregnant. So we had all the iPhones and all that kind of stuff. So that's the only thing I kind of missed, that I don't have that, but I have all her, little booties, and I got her stuff bronzed. And so it was never an issue for me. That's my baby. I just did everything I was supposed to do for her. And, was very supportive. She really didn't want for anything necessarily materially. I was there. I did travel sometimes. She did have to, you can go through a couple of things because she had a military mother, but she had a car when in 11th grade. What I told you I had to do to get a car. I had to join the military.
Go to the military.
She didn't have to pay for college,
Right.
So I think I did, the best I could do to set her up to not have the same struggle as I have or I had. And so, she's still my baby. And
we're just,
I think I met her at my retirement party, right?
Parents aren't perfect, we're still human. So we gotta remember we're doing the best that we can, and just go with it. Because that's just, it is what it is. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. She struggled a little bit, but she was always knew, she know who her mom is and her heart, and she know how much I was there, and I continue to be there, and supported her in a way that I know I didn't have. And so, that's why so the grandbaby, I'm trying to, as soon as COVID breaks, she about to get some gymnastics. I'm gonna be up there. Let's go. Come on, you can do it. So I'm excited about that for the kids, because I want them to just have experiences, right?
Yeah.
Somebody talked about it on this little show that I do on Clubhouse called Houston Wake Up, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. Come join us. We just connecting businesses and doing it in a positive way. The room is super powerful. We talk about business strategies, lifestyle, and just things that help us grow. And a lot of connections are made there. So if you guys can join us, you're on Clubhouse, you wake up. Houston Wake Up is what it's called. We call ourselves Get Plugged In. The club is called Action and Impact, Club Action and Impact, because we want to have people not just be about it. Talk about it, be about it, do some action so you can be impactful on what you're doing in your business and your service. So I'm excited about that. So I just had to plug the Clubhouse. Myself and I have a co-moderator. We have that show on our Clubhouse Monday through Friday. So y'all come and join us when y'all can wake up. Just plug in. You ain't got to talk. Just listen. We got some great stuff going on.
Y'all make amazing connections on that show. there's so many valuable pieces. I mean, information, connections, networking. I mean, who thought you could network with a bunch of people from just listening?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, what did I call it? I called it something today, you know, and it's so different because I'm in my pajamas, you know, I wake up and because it's our show kind of now, I kind of put music on in the morning when we first get up. So the first 10 minutes, it's just a wake up, it's Diddy song. Good morning. So we just got the music getting it. So it's just like, and it hypes me up. I'm sitting there just,
yeah.
I'm up. But the
Yeah.
whole premise is not just physically being woke, but mentally as well. So
Yeah.
your mindset expand. So I kind of got a double tap with what we're doing with that. So that's a good part. And that makes me happy. That part, you guys, I was an intern at an actual radio show in Alaska called NPR. Y'all read NPR?
Oh my gosh.
You
Yes.
just been everywhere.
I was like Sundays and I just had to play music and I just talked a little bit, made the announcements and put the music on a plug the tape. So I always wanted to be behind the scenes and be a DJ or be in radio, something like that. So this for me is like a dream come true as an OG. Like, you know, I don't have to get up and go nowhere. I can just get up and talk and be inspiring and motivate people. We have the same energy. Like, I just, you know, and everybody comes in our room. I just love the energy. I've been looking for something like this. So we're excited. It's going to grow and expand and we don't know where it's going to go right now. So we might be on here. We might be on, you know, the TV or radio for sure. For sure. I definitely want to try and do a podcast too. I think that's something in my future. So a couple of things I got going.
Yes.
You speak
Can't
it
wait.
and let it manifest.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Y'all be my guest.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, before I ask you about your wife, there's another question I want to ask. Is it anyone when you came out or had to come out to that maybe either it was not so good at first, but they became open, or people that still won't talk to you because of you know, your sexuality?
Not at this point. I mean, it's been 35 years or longer. Probably almost 40 years. I'll be 55, yeah. About 40 years. I've been really, you know, even though I went through the phase and I had the baby, that wasn't, that was just like, man, okay, right? As the whole act is happening, I'm like, this is the last time I do this to myself. This is not me, right? And then voila, I got my baby girl. So that's the end of that. That was the end of that for me. But nobody at this point that I'm like, they ain't talking to me. And if they are not talking to me, I don't know or care.
Oh yeah.
I don't know or care that they holding this against me. Right.
Right.
So yeah, it's not important to me. I'm not gonna worry about any of that. God has blessed me so much. Good luck. You losing sleep. I'm not.
Yes.
Sleeping very well.
You moved on. Okay, so how did you and your wife meet?
So you know, I was actually out. We were out in a club. And you know, I always like to dance. I'm a dancer. You know, I like to like have fun and dance and get around. And she was a dancer. She's not a dancer like an official dancer. She was dancing on the floor. You know, line dances. Yeah, I know what the line dances is, the Cupid shuffle and all the dances that we do as Black people, right? And she would just move so smooth, and she just was kicking. I was like, oh, wait, man, yeah. I'll just go, you know, just sit back and see what happens. Because sometimes when you come in there single, you don't know if somebody's meeting somebody, waiting for somebody. You just kind of you have to be in a cut and just wait and see if you have an opportunity, right? And so I had been, you know, drinking some adult beverages, and I was with a friend of mine. And you know, you kind of stare somebody down. That's when that's the signal that I want to talk to you. She looked back at me. She's like, what's up? And I said, all right. I told my friend.
So she showed like a little attitude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's like,
from a distance.
Yeah.
Like, what are you looking at me for?
What's up? Hey, what's the problem? Yeah, what's the problem? I told my friend, I said, I'm gonna drink one more. Let me have one more sip, and I'm gonna go on over there, get my courage on, my liquid courage.
Is that typically what you do? Was that typically like your move, or?
Yeah, you just the stare down. That's typical of the community.
Is it?
Shan, we would give them the eyes, don't you?
I'm a little different. I'm
Okay.
shy. I'm
Oh, well, I give him the
Say
eyes.
that. Okay, Shan.
Get in these eyes. You want. So yeah, I went over there, and at first I asked and say, "Hey, hello, how you doing? You waiting for somebody? You got to go and get it out the way." Yeah. No, I ain't waiting for nobody. So you just staring me down. I said, "Well, it's okay." She had some other people that was kind of hyped, so it was kind of crazy. Some people that knew me in a relationship I had before, so they immediately trying to poison everything. So people messy, don't like nobody to win. She wasn't necessarily in the life, and so it was new to her, but she was curious, obviously. And we kind of hung out. Dance talked on the phone the next day, like the next morning, exchanged numbers, and we talked all day pretty much. And she ended up coming by. Had a little Shih Tzu. So I'm just waiting, sent the Shih Tzu out there. Boop. Go say hello. This my little dog. His name was Dito. And so he went out there tail wagging. Oh, she liked dogs. Come on in here. And so she came on in.
So you lured her in.
Oh, man.
You lured her in.
Hey, suave. Yep. I used my charms and my dog. And yeah, we've been together ever since.
That's amazing.
So yeah. She's a very special lady. Got a kind heart. It's so fun. We like in the 8th year, I think, going on 9 years now together. And we just laugh at each other. We talk crazy to each other and be like, man, get out of here, whatever, and then we'll be laughing about the craziest stuff. So I think we have to do like kind of coasting point now, because it ain't, man, if you go somewhere, go ahead. I ain't even worried about none of that right now. I'm too old, my knees hurt, your back hurt, I ain't gonna be able to do much, so we might as well just stick it in here together. We already know what the stories are. So we do have fun. We have our date nights. We was just out last week dancing. My legs was hurting the next day. But so we have a good time together. We make that time for each other because she works a lot. Now I'm at home, but her schedule right now is kind of crazy. But what we've done, we started a trucking company. She's always wanted to have a trucking company. And it's called Top Model Enterprises.
Another business.
Yes, another business.
I love it.
And so she is kind of like, kind of her thing, but I'm definitely trying to learn and want to definitely, support her and be there with her, because she supported me in all this stuff, the military, the book, everything that I've been doing. And so definitely it's her time. So we want to really walk her off that job in, pretty soon. If that's what God's plan is, to get her earning and being a boss, because she liked that title. I'm a boss. Why don't you do the boss things, baby? But she started everything, did her LLC and pay for everything. We have the insurance. And so we just kind of looking to get some loads right now to get the truck running. But yeah, we're officially in business in trucking. So yeah, we got another little thing going on. We trying to get it together over here, man. We ain't waiting. Ain't what they call it? Don't let the grass grow under your feet.
I don't know that.
I have never heard that,
but now you know. But now you know. Don't let the grass grow up under your feet. Keep moving.
Yes. So, no, I love that. That's amazing. Yeah. Awesome.
Man.
More questions?
Yeah.
And you done ran out? It's okay if you run out.
No.
No, we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep rolling. We're not gonna let this grass.
You ain't gonna let me go. Well, I should have had my Duce up here.
Alrighty, so we're gonna transition to the wrap-up questions. And so
okay then.
Is there anything we missed that you want to add? You want to plug your book one more time?
Of course, definitely. Breakthrough Success, Anita Legacy Blue. This is like kind of part of my story and growing, being in the military and the experience I went through. Some leadership principles. It's really a self-help book. I actually am co-author on it. It's my book because I'm on the page. My biography's on the back. But some other authors are in here. It's just kind of what they went through and overcoming. It's a whole book about overcoming certain things, and you might correlate or resonate with somebody else's story here as well. You can get that on Amazon. Just Google my name, Anita Renee Blue with 2 R's. Please put the Renee in the middle, Anita Renee Blue. You can get it on Amazon.com as well and search my name. I'm a #1 best-selling author. Thank you guys who all bought the book. Kind of in 24 hours, it kind of went #1 in the category that my book is in. So God is good. That was one of the things I really wanted. And so he gave me that blessing and keeps me smiling when I can say that. So that's pretty cool.
Did you mean Anita Renee Blue with 2 E's?
Yes.
Okay.
Blue, Renee has 2 E's because some people spell it with 1.
Oh, no, you said R, so I just wanted to correct it. Okay.
Yes.
So, you ready?
I'm ready. Come on.
First question. I'm reading the third question. What would you say is your best money habit?
You know what? I do pretty good all around with savings and things like that. I think sometimes what I do that you probably shouldn't, it's not a best habit, but I'll spend in bulk and then I don't spend. I'll go spend $300 or $400 and oh no, I don't spend too much. I can't go nowhere.
You go and hide it?
Yes. So I kind of spent like that a little bit, but you know, it's just, to be honest with you guys, God has just been so good. I'm just, I just been able to just kind of swipe, and I'll swipe what I want, what I need. But it's just like, it's been a blessing. So my best money habit, I'd have to say, I kind of keep, the life insurance is going. That's a money habit, right? You got to pay for that stuff because a lot of people cancel that. Kind of like the first thing somebody cancels, life insurance.
Crazy.
Why not the cable bill, the cell phone bill?
Yep.
Why not stop going out and eating at the restaurants and cracking these crabs and crawfish? They cancel life insurance. So that's really hard. So I think I just take care of all my businesses and bills. So I just really, and especially since I learned credit now, paying on time. So I think I do pretty good with that as far as overall, just taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of in a timely manner, right? And so I'm pretty good at savings too, because if I get a lump sum and save, going into savings, I try not to dip in the savings, so I don't have to.
Yeah. Amazing. Where do you find your motivation?
I think for me, I'm just very grateful. And so when you're grateful, you just got to be happy. If you're grateful, how are you going to be sad and grateful at the same time? Or sad and you're depressed? I think it comes from me. I'm just grateful. Like I say, the glass is always half full to me, not half empty. And God blesses me to get up and have these opportunities that I have today. After serving 35 years, I asked him for what I wanted and he gave it to me, to have a book, to be on this show in Clubhouse, to have a business, and be in real estate, to be leading such wonderful people as yourselves in the real estate alliance that we have. Just so many opportunities have just come to me. And every time they come, I kind of say, oh Lord, okay, I got to step up. I got to do these things because people are watching. Shan is watching me. Right? I just don't want to use her, but people are watching me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a certain thing I have to do, a certain way I have to act. I can't just do crazy stuff, right? Because that's not me. People would know if I start doing crazy stuff, what's wrong with her? That's out of her character.
Right.
And so I, want to maintain this. And this is really me, who I am. Y'all see me, I joke all the time. And that's just my spirit. I've always been like this. Getting older, it's not going to make me act different, because I want to be who I am and have fun. I like to have fun. And so that's me. I think just being grateful motivates me because, so many people don't have the opportunities that I have. So I have to be grateful and motivated to continue to give and continue to be available for people in any way that I can. You ask me anything, I'm going to tell you. If I got it or I know it, I'll tell you. Somebody to know it, I'll try and find it out for you. So that's just kind of, for me, just a gratefulness and faith.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Alrighty. So what advice would you give to someone in the LGBTQ plus community that would like to advance in their career or level up in their business?
Right. So for me, you need to learn whatever that system is that you're in. So what are the rules? Unfortunately, we got to follow the rules, right? You got to always be nice to people that count, that matter. It's not saying you got to kiss somebody's butt, but it ain't nothing saying good morning, how your kids doing. People remember that. You got to make it about the person. Whoever you're trying to be in a relationship with, you got to make it about them. That's how I was always able to go 35 years straight. I always looked out for people or asked about people or somebody's missing. How you doing in your career? What's stopping you from getting promoted? What you got to do? You're on track. I always made it about them. And people remember that, right? And so how you not going to be able to move if you don't make it about somebody else or you're in service? Be in service. Right? Give back, understand what people need. You got to understand people, right? I'll give you guys quickly 4 things that I talk about too, as far as the personality. Y'all heard of the personality test, temperament test?
Mm-hmm. Which one?
EJS, you introvert, all those things. But I'm talking about the 4 lenses. We call it in the military. So we all see things through a different lens, right? Based on our environment, how we were brought up, what we were taught. So if you're a person, let's see, I probably can guess both of y'all right now, really, because you can read people. So somebody who's kind of bubbly, friendly, caring. Oh my God, I'm so glad you're okay. You're all right. well, how's your family, everything. You can have a combination of all these things, but one's going to be, a couple of might be more prevalent. The person who's caring, just love on people, just, oh my God, I'm just praying for you. They're blue. That's the color they are. They're a blue person. That's just really all about people, just loving people. So I know a large part of who I am is blue, right? But the person's like, hey, I need to know the numbers. Let me analyze this. Let me do my research. Oh, I got to find out. I'm not making no moves. I don't know nothing about it. I got to research. I got to know about it. Can you bring me a chart? I need a piece of paper. I need to design this. I need to do Excel. That's a green person. Very detail oriented. They need to know the numbers. They're going to do the research. They're going to figure it out. And then they're going to say, oh, I can do that. Or no, I did my research and my research says, right? Then you got a person who needs order, structure, checklist. It's got to be right. Got to sit up. My tie got to be right. I can't be crooked. Nothing can be out of order with me. I got to have everything straight. A, B, C, D, E. I need to know what I'm doing at all times. That's yellow. Your yellow personality. If you got to have structure. If there's a sheet of paper on the back of me or something was wrong with me, you would see it immediately and want to fix it because it's out of order.
That's Shan.
It's out of order, right? And the last one is somebody just off the chain, just always got something to say. Just, you don't know what they're going to do next. They just going, hey, let's go take a flight. Hey, let's go here. Let's do that. I don't even care. What you say? No, I ain't got time. We got to go now. That's orange. They just they just very spontaneous. They're the life of the party. They always going to make some things happen, make you smile, flying by the seat of the pants.
Oh no, that is not me.
That's orange. So when you can recognize these characteristics in people, you know how to approach them and what makes them tick as a leader, as a person over an organization, right? I know certain things that I can give you guys and you're going to take care of it because that's your personality and you like it. It's not something that's going to, not something you're going to be like, why she gave me this? I don't even like to do this. So you got to learn that so you can give people what they're going to be successful at. You're setting somebody up for success. So I know you like to do checklists. Y'all seen I'm giving y'all a couple of things because I know y'all going to get it done because I know you and you like it. It's not hard for you. You don't have to struggle with it. Yeah. And so that's a big part of what I learned, and I'm able to move the way I can because I know a little bit more about people and I can recognize some characteristics that they have that are like, okay, I'm going to use them for this. They're going to be good at this because they like this stuff. Yeah. I don't. So you got it. And so it's just those little things that, I think I'm a combination of all those, I care about people.
Yeah.
I'm not so much researchy. I'm getting a little better at that, but that some out of order, some crooked. I got to straighten it. I make checklists, right? And I try to have fun and be the life of the party. So yeah, I got a combination of several of those things, but some people are more prevalent, but yeah, I like that.
Definitely. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Thank you for the 4 lenses. That's cool. I like that. Do you have a favorite book or podcast?
Book, Success by Anita Blue. Too easy.
Right.
It's a great book. It's a great read. Go get that. You can do it on ebook or you can buy the paperback. Okay, Amazon.com. It's several books. You always got to do Think and Grow Rich. Those types of things that get your mindset right. What I got into a lot lately that I wasn't into, I kind of wish I was a little earlier. And some of it I was doing, I didn't know is, meditation or manifestation, right? You said it earlier, speak that thing, right? But lately I've been really playing it at night and trying to really get it in my spirit. But a lot of things that I have today, I have a Jeep Wrangler. I manifested. I want that. I just said in my mind, I want that.
Yes.
I want to get it.
Yes.
I want to get it. You receive that too? You receive it?
Not yet. Not
That's
yet.
what she is.
Yeah, it's okay though. It's going to come to you some kind of way. We walked in the dealership to buy my wife a car. We walked on the showroom floor was the Jeep that I have today. It's like, dang, this thing's so clean. Man. Okay, so we went to try and work out a deal with whatever she had going on. Unfortunately, my wife, I end up getting the Jeep. She ended up getting the car that I had.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
But
now she getting trucks.
Huh?
But now she gonna get trucks.
Yeah, well, she's she's trucking. She got a truck. She just got another car too. She don't even have the car anymore. We just got her car a month ago. And so she has another car. But so things like that. The house that we live, I want the house. I want it to be 2 stories. I want this, that. I kind of just manifested that. So it's very, very real. If you don't believe in manifestation, please, you're sleeping. Wake up. because it's very real. And sometimes when you focus on it more, it becomes more real. Because I was just speaking, I didn't even know it. I didn't know that's what I was doing.
Just like when you focus on the bad a lot, that's
Yep.
what's coming.
It continues to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I completely agree with that. You have to visualize and manifest that. Shan
Right.
made sure we did vision boards.
The little ones behind.
I see him.
Yeah.
I see him. What has happened on that vision board that you guys read? Is anything coming to manifestation yet? Not just yet?
Wellness. I have wellness on my vision board. I feel like, well, now we're getting stuff taken care of, right? So I think we are definitely on track there.
I'm still working on mine.
Tell me which one of y'all did that board behind you with that tape. The black tape with the lines on it.
Oh,
Was it you?
yeah, that was me.
you.
How long did that take you?
A little while.
It had to be perfect, huh?
It's still kind of crooked, so.
You know, I always mess with you. You know, I love you. I just gotta mess with you, right? Right. And so that's that green. That's that yellow. Gotta be perfect.
You know, she got a Jeep up on that vision board.
Ooh, I see it, right? I see it. I do see it. Come on. When you get it, I want to take a ride with the tops off. We're gonna be out there. Jeep gang. Let's go in the Jeep gang.
I'm ready to join the Jeep gang. Let's go.
Yeah. Come on. 1409 podcast. That's one of them. And it's called 5Cast. That's the one I like the most, though. He gives you an experience.
Okay.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
He kind of picks you up. Let me give y'all some game then. How y'all need it, but y'all need to be. This is what you got in Houston right now. He's a retired military veteran, and he has a podcast called 5Cast. And so what he does, he picks you up in a Sprinter. Wherever you at in the city, he's gonna pick you up. He's gonna actually, have the food. What food you want? What you want to drink? He's gonna have that for you. He's gonna bring you in, and you're gonna just sit there and be eating, and it's just like he said, a mood for it. I mean, I'm just giving y'all things. Nothing's wrong with what you guys are doing, but this is kind of what he did, right?
I love it.
And so he the first time I went, he backed the Sprinter into a garage, and so we got out, went to the back, everything was cool. The next time I went, the same spot we backed into, he got a photo. He got to set up to take photos when you come in. He tells somebody take a picture. I mean, like professional photos, not like just against a wall or anything. The next time I come in, he done painted the walls. So he's about to create, when you walk down the hallway, he gonna have lights running and it's black and he got the sconces. And then he's gonna just go into where he does his podcast and he's gonna fix that up some more different. I hadn't done that yet, but he's constantly upgrading his vision for what it is. And he's got some other opportunities just for having a podcast for maybe 6-7 weeks. He's met some very influential people, and he's going to be on another level with this podcast real soon, with taking it to the next level, which is probably what y'all call radio or something like that. So I'm so super excited about, being connected to him and what he's doing. And, he's on our show in the morning times. He's very influential and very positive and push you to be the best you can be. And so I got another mentor right now myself that's pushing me, and then find some people that I'm a push, and we just want to keep it going. That's his whole goal. Just keep going. Keep it going. The room that we have, he's a big part of what we're doing there and trying to help businesses and just give back. And we just keep supporting one another. Just keep supporting somebody, support somebody, and be genuine and be real. And we're not out here trying to do nobody wrong.
We do not live in a world of scarcity. We live in a world of abundance.
Yeah.
That's right.
There is more than enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be fighting for the bones,
No, we don't. And it feels so good to see others thriving. Like, why would it feel good if everybody around you is breaking down? No, it feels good when you see people being uplifted and moving and doing things, and so inspiring. So
when you get in that room, you're gonna love it. You will love it.
I love it. No, we're excited to check these out. We love podcasts. So
I'm talking about our room on Good Morning. Y'all need to come in there. I'm just telling you.
Yes. I don't have an iPhone though. That's Shan's game right now. When Clubhouse comes on Android,
you have an iPad. Somebody
or Shan gonna have to give me an iPad.
Okay. I'm sorry, I started this last time too, didn't I? Damn. Okay.
All right, last question.
Leave it alone. I know.
Products. But anyways.
We're not going to get into that.
Yes, thank you. All right, let's go.
Alrighty. Last question. What would you like to do in your spare time?
You know what? I really binge watch movies. That's just something that I can do. I feel guilty when I'm doing it, but it's like, I haven't turned on the TV this week. I mean, I've been so just doing stuff, doing stuff. I mean, I haven't turned on the TV this week. So, TV's kind of phasing out, but when I turn it on, I'm going to watch a little TV. Yeah. So I kind of binge watch TV, kind of shows that I like, just sit there and just like, that's something I do. I mean, I'm an old OG. So
I relate to that, because sometimes people make it seem like it's, like it's bad that you watching TV is bad, but sometimes my brain just needs a break. Right. And that's I just don't want to think like if I don't do something that will completely engage me and distract me, my brain is just racing.
It won't turn off. So yeah.
So binge watching or just sitting down and just watching a couple shows or whatever the case may be, a lot of the times that just helps me kind of relax. Like
that's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, definitely.
And I could be doing so much more, but dang, this stuff good. I gotta watch one more episode. And so yeah, but I haven't really watched TV this week, and I wanted to cut it on. I did. I was like, no, you got too much other stuff you got to do. So yeah, but that's my guilty pleasure.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so that is pretty much everything we have. As far as questions, I mean, we can talk all day if
right, absolutely.
I know we can. Yes, we can.
But please tell our audience where they could get in touch with you.
Hey guys, you can definitely follow me on Instagram at Legacy Blue 66. I am on Facebook, Legacy Blue, and it will have my name in parentheses, Anita. And I do have a business page as well, Legacy Blue. So, everything is out there. If you're interested in doing anything with your credit, hey, I give a consultation. Doesn't cost you a thing to get the information and decide if you want to move forward. Because the longer you wait, you're just wasting time.
Yeah.
Waiting is wasting time. That's it. Because it's not going to get any better.
Should they direct message you if they're interested in credit restoration?
Absolutely. You can direct message me on any of those platforms. And actually, I'll ask you a couple of questions. We can definitely get you scheduled on my calendar, and we can go forward from there. Get the help that you need. If it's not me, somebody, but be careful, kind of look at what they're doing. And, because I definitely want everybody to be safe and get the results that you're looking for. So yeah, that's my two platforms that I have now. We're doing the Houston Wake Up on Clubhouse, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday, where we talk about, business. We talk about lifestyle and current events, and we just helping people, connect businesses together. Our little tagline with our club is called Get Plugged In. So we want to get you plugged into that outlet so you can get the electricity that you need to light up, to level up, and to wake up your brain mentally, wake up physically, and come have some fun with us. We definitely are doing that great thing. And real estate, we're doing that. Definitely, if you need a house, we definitely here, me, Shan, we can help you. We are active in the LGBTQ plus Real Estate Alliance of the Houston chapter. We're looking for members, any realtors out there that want to come and be an ally with us and learn more about our chapter. Just go to realestatealliance.org and just, read about it. It's been in existence about 9 months now. In a couple of months, it'll be a whole year. And a lot of things have happened with this organization in those short period of time. So I'm excited that we're a part of that, and we're here to support it. And we appreciate you guys so very much.
Well, thank you so much, Anita. It's been an amazing time to spend with you. It's just been amazing to hear more about your story, hearing so much about your book and everything you've been doing. You're so blessed, and I'm sure you have gone through it to get to this point. Mm-hmm. But you're really reaping the reward of all the seeds you sowed along the way, and the seeds you're sowing into other people, because you're out here educating and giving back. And I love that you're not even afraid to tell people where you've been, because at the end of the day, a lot of us, we bond over struggle, but we're so scared to talk about it.
Right.
And I just love how transparent you are about everything. And I hope that can encourage me, encourage others to be a little bit more transparent and authentic, because it's so powerful. And I think it lifts you up more in your profession, and to show people like, you know, what it's like, why would you necessarily need someone who's had perfect credit all their life to teach you how to have good credit? Why not have the person who went through it,
Right.
who went through the same struggles you're going through right now, who can relate, who wouldn't look down on you, who wouldn't, judge you, because we've been there, right?
Yeah.
We've been there. We can relate, and we know how we got out of it, and we can help you do the same, right?
That's
so
right.
I just love that, and thank you for all the knowledge you spilled on us. Just really grateful right now for our episode. So I want to thank you, say our goodbyes.
Yes, thank you guys. Hey, I want to definitely give it back to you guys. You're out here impacting, having action and changing communities as well. So I give it back to you guys. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all power couple. Y'all take care of each other and make community continue to progress and grow together to change lives and do that as well. Because we need you guys. There's not a lot of us out here that's saying, hey, this is the community that I want to serve. And I want to help as many people as I can through my story, my struggle, and to help prevent some other people from going through the same. So you guys are awesome as well. I'm so proud and grateful to have you guys in my life, and all the things we're going to do together and continue to grow. And y'all going to be by my side. So I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Anita. We're so excited. Thank you for being on again. Bye.
Absolutely. Bye. See you.
Thanks for watching.
Like, subscribe, and share the video to your friends. In the comment section down below, write how good the video was.
And if you're listening to the podcast, make sure to hit a 5-star review.
Bye.